seventh is going to be Cale Johnson. He'll be at second. Jacob Oviedo will be at right field batting eighth. And Eli Novak will be the third baseman batting ninth. For Scott City, coached by David Dirks, it'll be Avery Radke at catcher batting first. Aaron Radke, the center fielder, batting second. Emilio Contreras will be at first base. He'll bat third. Tegan Feely, the third baseman, batting fourth. Spencer Kramer, the shortstop, will bat fifth. Easton Eisenhower will be on the bump in game one. He'll bat sixth. Jackson Harris, the second baseman, batting seventh. And in left field will be Chasten Berry batting eighth. And Yuli Armendariz will be in right field batting ninth for the Scott City Beavers. Both teams, as I mentioned, are 4-2 on the year and 2-0 in GWAC play. Is of course going to be in the same regional, the Region 4. And so I believe we're moments away from getting things started. Here is the standings coming into today. There is a four-way tie for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th between Scott City, Holcomb, Colby, and I believe it's Beloit. And once this loads up, I'll get that for you here. But that's kind of the way things are setting up there. We'll have more of that, and we'll talk about keys in the opening pitch in a moment here as they're going to get ready to line everybody up. Let's go ahead and step aside for another timeout. This is Scott City Beaver Baseball.
baseman, Tegan Feely. Batting fifth, number 28, the shortstop, Spencer Kramer. Batting sixth and pitching, number 35, Easton Eisenhower.
Scott City for Beaver baseball here.
Batting seventh, number 20, the second baseman, Jackson Harris.
Standings coming into today. Russell
batting
Victoria, first place.
number 11, the left fielder, Chasten Berry.
And
batting ninth, number 13, the right fielder,
4-0. Southwestern Heights 5-1. Their only loss was to Cimarron on Thursday. Sylvan Lucas Lincoln, one of those co-op sets, bumped up to 3-1, and then you have Colby Beloit, Scott City, Holcomb all at 4-2, and then Cimarron at 3-3 with Ellenwood. A lot to be taken care of here today. On the mound for Scott City will be once again the junior Easton Eisenhower. He's had a pretty good year so far up on the bump. This year his pitching numbers look like this. He's got, of course, 2 appearances, 9 and third innings pitched. He is 1-0 or 2-0, excuse me, has not had an earned run average or 0 earned run average. 5 unearned runs, 7 hits, 8 strikeouts, 2 walks, 2 of those caught looking, and 5 runs, all those unearned scored. He will face top of the order, the top of the first for the Holcomb Longhorns. Get that here real quick. For Holcomb, it'll be
off for Holcomb, number 2, the center fielder, Chasen
Cosner, followed by Max Brookover and Ryan Whitmore.
Brookover on deck, Whitmore in the hole.
It's a very young lineup, but also some mixed in with some pretty good experience. But as mentioned with Coach Dirks in the pregame interview, they have a lot of summer baseball experience of those freshmen, including Aaron Radke, who was on that traveling team together with the likes of Whitmore and Brookover, and even I believe one of the Johnson brothers and Novak for Holcomb. So there's a lot of familiarity in that aspect. But, of course, Eisenhower on the mound facing team coached by Chris Finnegan, his second year as the head man at Holcomb. Of course, was the former Garden City Blockbuster head baseball coach for quite a few years. Had some really good success there in Garden City at the college there. And he was a teammate of Cody Britton's at Hutchinson Community College. Cody told me about that. So, there's some familiarity with those two there. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started here. We're a few minutes late, starting at 4:06. Leadoff batter is going to be Chasen Cosner. I believe he's a sophomore. And that first pitch, home plate umpire Martin LaBarge calls a strike, and the count is at 0-1. Softball is currently in action at Holcomb today as well. Lady Longhorns are 2-2 on the year. Their first 2 wins this year. That one fouled straight back. It's 0-2. They won their first 2 games of the year against Elkhart. Those are the first 2 wins in a couple of years. Had a rough season with numbers and really a very young squad a year ago. But Scott City 4-0 after their best start in quite a while, in quite a few years. 0-2 pitch coming up here for Chasen Cosner, who's a left-handed batter for the Holcomb Longhorns. Check swing, it's pitch outside, 1-2. Just underway here in Scott City. No score. Leadoff batter is the Cosner, sophomore. Left-handed batter facing the righty. Eisenhower works from the windup. Gets a sign from his senior catcher, Avery Radke. Delivers the 1-2 and a swing and a miss. And there's one down here in the top of the first for the freshman shortstop, Max Brookover. Scott City, of course, 2 wins against Oberlin to start off the year 2 weeks ago at Oberlin. And then last week, a pair of walk-offs against the Ulysses Tigers. And then Thursday, lost on a pair of walk-offs at Spearville. Brookover, the shortstop, right-handed batter, freshman, takes the first pitch from Eisenhower, fastball in for a strike, and it's 0-1. No score here, top of the first. On a little bit of a breezy afternoon here at the ballpark. 71 degrees, those southwest winds gusting to near 30 miles per hour. That pitch is low and away, 1-1. You have Whitmore and then Smiley in the hole. Brookover, the freshman righty, facing the right-handed thrower, Eisenhower on the mound. Pops this one up in the air. This will be first base side. It's just on top of the first base bag, and right there to make the pop fly catch is going to be Emilio Contreras for 2 outs here in the inning.
Whitmore, the batter, Smiley on deck. Johnson in the hole. 2 down.
2 out in the inning for the freshman first baseman, Ryan Whitmore. No score here. Of course, Avery Radke catching here in game 1. Contreras at first. Jackson Ayers at second. Spencer Kramer at short. That pitch misses away for a ball, taking Feely at third. Chasten Berry in left field, Avery Radke in center, and Yuli Armendariz is in right field for the Beavers here in game 1. The 1-0 pitch is into the dirt. 2-0 the count here for the freshman first baseman Wickwar. On deck is Smiley for Holcomb. I'm used to saying that. 2-0 pitch hits the outside corner for a fastball called strike. 2-1 for Eisenhower. 2 outs, bases empty, top of the first, no score. Scott City will have their first at bat with Avery Radke and also Aaron Radke and Emilio Contreras. It's a bouncer down the third base line, and it's fair past the diving effort of Feely, and it'll be a 2-out single for the freshman Ryan Wickwar. Holcomb with the runner aboard with 2 outs. That'll bring up pitcher Maxon Smiley, the sophomore.
Smiley, the batter, with 2 down. Runner on first for Holcomb.
As I mentioned, of course, slipped there. I said he, of course, for Colby, but, well, he was at Colby during the fall semester, transferred, and he's now in Holcomb as a sophomore. Was a pretty good pitcher for the Eagles a year ago as a freshman. He's had a good start this year up on the bump for Holcomb. Pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. 1 on, 2 out for Holcomb. The top of the first, no score. The sophomore Smiley steps in the right-handed batter's box as Wickwar takes his lead off from first. Eisenhower works from the stretch, quick glance, and brings home the 1-0 and away. Good block by the catcher Radke, 2-0. Eisenhower now at 13 pitches in 2/3 of an inning. A strikeouts as well involved in that. Here's the 2-0. Fouled off, first base side and out of play. It's now 2-1. It'd be interesting to see a similar situation as last week for Scott City, how they handled their pitching staff, because they have a 48-hour turnaround with the games at Lakin on Thursday. So similar to last week. 2-1 count here. Outside, 3-1. So Smiley ahead in the count, 3 balls and a strike here in this top of the first for the Holcomb Longhorns, no score. but apparently not. 0-1 count. Eisenhower brings home the pitch. Outside, 1-1. 1-on-1 outs. 3-1 here for Holcomb in the top of the fifth here in game one. Smiley the batter. Sophomore pitcher. Trying to help his cause out on the mound. Looking for his second hit of the day. He lifts this one in the air to left field. Back goes Chaston Berry. He'll make the grab. And a well-hit ball to left field, and that'll keep Brookover at second for out number 2.
Fly ball to left for 2 away.
In most ballparks in high school, that would have been a home run. This is a pretty deep ballpark here.
Johnson the batter
Kept
for
it
out on
in
deck.
play.
Cale Johnson in the hole.
For out number 2. As Berry read it pretty well and was playing deep enough. That'll bring in Corbin Johnson, the senior catcher, 0 for 2, left-handed batter. Checks in, ground out and a pop out over the first base side both times. They'll fake the throw back to second. Top of the fifth, 2 out, 3-1 Holcomb. Left-handed batter, senior Corbin Johnson, 0 for 2, checks in. Eisenhower brings him the pitch up and away for a ball. That was his 71st pitch of the game. He's throwing 12 this inning. Out of his 71 pitches, 46 are strikes. So he's been pretty good there. 65% strike percentage. It's a little roundup. 1-0. Lift in the air to right center field. Yuli Armendariz will... Nope, it's going to be Aaron Radke who will go down to one knee and make the grab. And Scott City works around a 1-out base runner. Or leadoff base runner, excuse me. We go to the bottom of the fifth. It's 3-1 Scott City. Back in a minute. Or Scott City trailing Holcomb, that is. Back in a minute to Scott City. This is Beaver Baseball. Whew. Yeah, that umpire is not watching the pitcher at all.
No, because he should. That one
on those throwbacks.
Armendariz is up. Did you say that?
Because I thought Easton balked on that one.
Me too. And I don't know the rules, but it was like,
Yeah.
no, he didn't do that right.
I kind of thought he did a little bit.
But I'm just a dumb girl. I don't know baseball.
I thought he had him out at second too.
I think he was in front of the base.
Yeah.
So I think he was on this side of the base and didn't reach around to tag him out.
Okay.
Is what I think, but I don't know.
I don't know either. That was.
So we have that DB. What's his name? Or DB?
Designated player?
No. No, the umpire who's been making such terrible calls.
Oh, C.B. Buckner?
C.B. Buckner. So we have a C.B. Buckner out there.
Or Angel Hernandez. He retired, so I can't.
Oh, that's why people were making comments about calling him that. Okay.
Back here, bottom of the fifth inning. Here in game one, baseball presented by Fairleigh Companies, First National Bank, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Neil Baker, Fro Heating and Cooling, Fro Ag Service, Fro Electric, Good Anesthesia and Pain Management Services, Great Western Tire, Deckmart Furniture and Appliance, also High Choice Feeders, Haymaking Farms, and HRC Feed Yards. It's 3-1 for Holcomb. Scott City will have the 9-1-2 hitters to up with Yuli Armendariz, followed by Avery and Aaron Radke. 9-1-2 hitters once again for the Beaver Blue. Trying to rally in this one here, down to their final 9 outs here of game one. Scott City got it tied up in the bottom of the third, but Holcomb came back with 2 in the top of the fourth, and that's been the difference. And Yuli will ground this one. It's a slow roller fielded by the third baseman Novak over to first, not in time, and Yuli uses his speed and gets an infield single. Scott City with 3. All right, leadoff runner aboard for the Beavers here, and they get the tying run to the plate. That was a tough play in the grass, deadened that one a little bit. That'll bring in Avery Radke, who's 0 for 2. Scott City with a tying run at the plate, nobody out here. They've got the leadoff runner aboard before their first 5 innings. Pushed 1 run across, throw back to first. Armendariz slides in safely, but Armendariz using his speed there to get the first to beat the throw. Radke ground out and a fly out. Smiley working from the stretch, and Radke fouls this one back. It's a 1-1. Smiley just 52 pitches thrown in 4+ innings. He's given up a run on 5 hits, no walks, a hit batter, 7 Ks. Smiley will bring home an 0-1 here to Radke. That one gets away, low and away, but back glove. Now they got Armendariz and a run down between first and second. 2-3-5-1. Or 2-3-4-1, and the tying run now will be back on, well, nope.
They called him safe.
They called him safe. Somehow Armendariz slid underneath the tag, and Coach Chris Finnegan's going to come out and argue this a little bit. And he thinks he was tagged out. And Armendariz still alive at first. And a little dirtied on the front of the jersey. 1-1 count here for Avery Radke. So the tying run for the Beavers remains on deck. As Smiley sets, throws it back over to first to keep Armendariz toward the bag. Now just add a little bit more dirt to the front of the uniform of Yulee. See, he now leads off again. As lightweight as he is, you don't want too much dirt on there. That'll slow you down. Of course, Scott City's 106-pounder this year in wrestling. A nice poke by Avery Radke. Finds a hole, and Armendariz is going to go from second to third, and then he's going to be run down, and Novak will tag him out for the first out of the inning.
Runner thrown out, going to third for 1 away.
But 1 out and a tying run remains at the plate. But a good poke that time by Avery Radke, finding a hole where normally a second baseman might be in the vicinity to go take that pit or take that play. So 1 on to 1 out still for Scott City after the 9-5 outs for out number 1. And that'll bring in Aaron Radke, who's 2 for 2. Triple and a single. Triple would tie this game up, and he pops this one, towers it, popped. It'll stay in the infield. The second baseman near the second, or behind a little bit to the right of the second base bag.
Now at bat,
Cale Johnson makes the catch, and there's 2 away.
Emilio Contreras.
Scott City kind of missing an opportunity here now. That's runner gunned down between second and third has changed this inning around. Contreras 0 for 1. Hit by a pitch his last time up that loaded the bases back in the 3rd inning. Hit and run there, and this was tired in the air to left center field. It bounces off against the fence. A run is going to score. Contreras is going to have a 2-out double, and it is 3-2 Holcomb. Boy, Contreras hammered that one into left center field.
Double by Contreras brings in a run.
And an RBI double gives Scott City, or pulls the Beavers to within 1, 3-2 here in the bottom of the 5th.
Now third baseman, number 9, Tegan Feely. Runner at second and 2 outs as Avery Radke scored. And it's 3-2. Tegan Feely 1 for 2. Last time up, he brought in Scott City's first run on a 2-out infield single. 3-2. Holcomb leads here. Feely sees the curveball in there for a called strike, count of 0-1. Mailer Contreras leads off from second here in the bottom of the 5th. Scott City now with 7 hits in the ball game, 2 runs on 7 hits. Holcomb 3 runs on 7 hits. Scott City's 8th hit would tie this game up. Here's a grounder fielded by Novak at third. His only plays at first, a high throw, but hauled in by Wickwer, kept the foot on the bag, and that retires the side. 5-3, cousin that time. And we go to the 6th inning. Holcomb leads at 3-2 after the Beavers get a run back in a minute. This is Beaver baseball. Oh, that's a pitch, that overrun from second to third. That was a killer.
if he brought him or not.
I thought he was tagged out, picked off at first there.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Byer listening. Because he just asked Byer, just texted me, what grade is Smiley kid? You say. You're unbelievable. Great 90s hit.
Huh?
Great 90s hit.
Who sings this? Lamal?
EMF, I think.
Okay.
To inning number 6. Been a pretty good game here. Both teams with 7 hits. Holcomb with a 3-2 lead on Scott City East and Eisenhower. 72 pitches through 5 innings on the bump, getting his warm-up tosses. He's given up 3 runs all earned. 7 hits, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. He'll face the 6, 7, 8 hitters, David Corral, followed by Cale Johnson and Jacob Olvedo. Corral walked his last time up, was hit by the pitch on a 3-2 count, and he ended up breaking the tie.
Corral the batter, Cale Johnson on deck, Oviedo in the hole.
In the 4th inning, so here we go. 6th inning here in game 1. That one just tapped foul on the third base side, counted 0-1. You look at the other side, you have Max and Smiley at 58 pitches through 5 innings. Corral 0-1, count for him. 0-1 on the day for him as well. Strikeout, a walk, run scored. That pitch is low, 1-1. On Eisenhower's 74th pitch, he's throwing 48 strikes. Smiley 58 pitches, 46 strikes. 1-1 is lifted in the air to left field, and this is going to drop for a base hit. Holcomb with the leadoff runner aboard in the 6th inning. David Corral has the Longhorns' 8th hit of the day. As a gust of wind comes back up, we haven't had that for a little while here at the ballpark. And that'll bring in Cale Johnson, who's 1 for 2.
At bat for Holcomb, number 1, Cale Johnson. And Oviedo on deck. No
Johnson
ready.
Singled right back up the middle his first time up. He grounded to the shortstop his last time in the batter's box. 1 on, nobody out for Holcomb in the 6th. They have a 1-run lead here in game 1, 3-2. The pitch is missing high. Throw back to first. They have a chance to tag him out, and they do! The back tag applied that time by Emilio Contreras after Corral got a little bit too far off, and that changes the landscape of this inning. It's a 1-0 count, and Corral picked off at first. 2-3 on that. Avery Radke to Emilio Contreras. The seniors teaming up on that one. They've been close a couple of times, and that one is fouled off by Cale Johnson, the freshman, and the count is at 1-1. That wipes the insurance off the bases for the Longhorns. And Radke picks off another one. Here's a grounder. This is a slow roller picked up by Feely, gloves it, slings it over to first. It's wide, but he's on, safe. Got around the tag, and a 1-out error. Scott City's 2nd error of the day, and Holcomb with another runner aboard with 1 out.
Runner safe at first with 1 out.
So error on Scott City. That'll bring in Jacob Olvedo, who was 1 for 2 last time up. In the 4th inning, he drilled one to left center field that drove in the go-ahead run at the time that broke the 1-1 tie. Did Olvedo, 1 for 2. Pitch chases that one up high out of the zone and misses, 0-1. Top of the 6th for Holcomb, 1 on and 1 out. They lead it by a run, 3-2 here in game 1. Eisenhower works from the stretch. His 80th pitch of the game is up high and in, 1-1. I think the throw back to first there. So both teams have come up with some big defensive plays. That last one by Radke picking off Oviedo at first. Eisenhower brings home the 1-1. This is popped back, and it's going to work its way out, and it's 1-2. 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Holcomb. 2 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors for Scott City. Here in the top of this 6th. 3-2 Holcomb lead. Ball and 2 strikes here for Jacob Oviedo. Eisenhower trying to record his 4th K of the game. Sets and brings home the 1-2. Just missed outside, 2-2. That was a good location there by Eisenhower, maybe to try to get Oviedo to chase one, but Oviedo didn't bite and took it the entire way. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Eisenhower deals another one in. Off speed, swing and a miss. He gets K number 4 of the game.
Strickland swinging for 2 away.
Holcomb wrapping up their 3rd time through the batting order with Eli Novak, the 3rd baseman.
Novak, your batter. Cosner on
Pop
deck.
out and a single his last time up.
2 down. Runner at first.
Cale Johnson, the runner at first, 2 out here in the top of the 6th. Scott City trying to keep this a 1-run game. 3-2 Holcomb leads. Pitch up high, ball 1. Scott City will have the 5, 6, 7 hitters. Kramer, Eisenhower, and Harris due up in their 6th at bats. Trying to keep this at a 1-run deficit. Pitch in there, fastball inside corner, 1-1. To the 9-hole hitter Eli Novak, the freshman. Yeah, that last hit for him was right back up the middle on a single. A pop fly there, and he fouls that one off, and it's now 1-2. Eisenhower trying to record another K here. This will be his 5th, and ball and 2 strikes. Thrown 86 pitches. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and that'll end the inning. Scott City works around a 1-out error. They get a pick off at first after two runs, both those earned. 7 hits, 7 strikeouts, no walks, and a hit batter.
Spencer Kramer.
Kramer, the batter, 0 for 2. Trying to get on board here. A strikeout and a flyout for Kramer. He was robbed of 2 RBI hits back his last time up in the 3rd inning. Takes that fastball just away, 1-0, excuse me. Both pitchers have been really pretty good in this first game. Smiley does have plenty of pitches to use. This will be just his 60th pitch of the day. And Kramer peel over to first, no swing on a check swing, and it's 2-0, excuse me. Good check swing there by the senior Kramer, who's probably in line to be the starter for Scott City in Game 2 on the mound. 2-0. Couldn't catch up to that fastball. It's 2-1. So it's Kramer, Eisenhower, and Harris in the Scott City 6th inning, down a run, 3-2. Beavers, 7 hits here through 5 innings. And swing and a miss, and Smiley has worked the count even, and 2 balls and 2 strikes. Is blown 2 in a row by Kramer. Has another opportunity here to see another pitch. 2-2 count here for the senior Kramer. Smiley working from the windup and brings home the 2-2. That one fouled back by Kramer, so able to catch up to that one, but fouled back and trying to time it up here with Smiley, who's thrown 5 pitches in this at-bat, 63 for the game through 5+ now. I wonder if this is going to be another fastball or maybe an off-speed here. 2-2. Nope, fastball low and away. Kramer didn't bite. Full count, 3-2. For the leadoff batter in the tying run, Spencer Kramer here in the bottom of the 6th. Smiley delivers a payoff pitch. Fouled back. Good job. To Kramer. And another 3-2 delivery from the sophomore Smiley. Popped in the air. This one's fouled first base side, and guess what? We get to do 3-2 over again for a 3rd straight time. Allowing one of the bench players for Holcomb go get that foul ball along the fence. Got it, and umpire calls time. To get back toward the dugout or into the dugout. Another 3-2 coming up here for Kramer, who's battled Smiley. This is the 9th pitch of this at-bat. Misses ball 4, and Kramer wins that battle, and the leadoff runner aboard for Scott City.
That bat for Scott
the
City.
5th time in 6 innings they've had the leadoff batter aboard. The tying runs at first for Easton Eisenhower, who's 0 for 2. Eisenhower a fly out and a strikeout. Correction, 4th time in 6 innings for Scott City, who trails by a run here in the bottom of the 6th, 3-2 here in Game 1. Smiley's first walk of the game, throws back to first, keep the tying run toward the bag. Freshman Wickwar playing at the bag. Kramer takes his lead once again at first. Smiley sets, pitches in. That time he tied up Eisenhower, went around, and the count is at 0-1. Eisenhower unable to pull back on that one, but I think that was going to be strike the entire way. 0-1 count here for the junior Eisenhower. Just misses inside on a fastball, 1-1. That was close. Runner first is Kramer, nobody out, bottom of the 6th, 3-2 Holcomb here in Game 1. Be interested to see who Holcomb will throw for Game 2. Here's the 1-1. Eisenhower pops this one back, and it's going to be caught for out number 2 by the catcher, Corbin Johnson, and foul ground.
Nice catch by the catcher for 1 away.
Or for the first out, excuse me. So 1 on, 1 out. Tying run remains at first for the second baseman, Jackson Harris, who's 0 for 2. A strikeout a couple of times. First one was looking, the second one was going down swinging. 3-2 Holcomb here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Scott City with a tying run at first and 1 away. This one's popped in the air. This will be in the left field. Is it going to go foul? And it will. And the catch is made by Corral in foul territory. And just like that,
2 away.
There's 2 quick outs now after a leadoff walk. So Good job,
Now
Crown,
it's after
making
Scott
that
City
foul
number
ground.
11.
Kramer
Left
remains
fielder,
at first, a
Chaston
tying run.
Berry.
Chaston Berry 1 for 2. He reached on an infield single his first time up. His last time out, he struck out swinging. 2-out runner at first, 3-2 Holcomb in the last of the 6th. Holcomb in the 7th at bats after that pitch was in the dirt for ball 1. They'll have the top of the order due up with Chasen Cosner, Max Brookover, and Ryan Wickwar. The pitch count will be interesting for Eisenhower. He's at 87 pitches through 6 innings. So he has at least 18 at his arsenal left today. That pitch misses high, 2-0. Or correction, a called strike. A little late reaction there, so count is at 1-1. 3-2, Kramer at first for Scott City. Berry evened up at the count, 1 ball and 1 strike here. So Smiley's 74th pitch popped up. And this is going to work its way out, and it's 1-2. Smiley will deliver pitch number 75 for him in the game. 1-2 count coming up here. He does have 7 Ks. Shakes off the first sign, likes the second as he sets and delivers home the 1-2. Strike 3, got him looking. Outside corner, that'll end the inning. Scott City unable to take advantage of a leadoff walk. As we head to the 7th, it is Holcomb 3, Scott City 2. Back in a minute, this is Beaver Baseball.
We got one more.
'87 pitches
Back to
through
the top
6
of the order
innings.
for
He's
Holcomb,
really
Cosner.
had a pretty good day on the mound. He's given up 3
Wickover
runs.
and Wickwar.
His first earned
Top
runs
of
he's
7.
allowed all season, and 9 in the 3rd innings coming into today. 8 hits, 5 strikeouts, a walk. So he's been pretty efficient on the mound. As Holcomb has had 3 runs on 8 hits. Scott City 2 runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors. Left-handed batter Cosner 0 for 3 takes that pitch into the dirt for ball 1. Cosner, strikeout, a flyouts, and a groundouts. The left-handed batter checks in. I think both these teams have 2 left-handed batters. You don't see that very often, let alone with one team having one. That one in there for a called strike, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike here for the leadoff batter Cosner. And a nice catch earlier in the game in the center field. Pops this one back and out of play, 1-2. Scott City will go to Lakin on Thursday for 2. Holcomb will go to TMP Marion and Hayes on Friday for 2. Then teams kind of get to the midway mark of their season. That pitch, right back up the middle. Eisenhower had delivered his follow-through, and on the pitch, if he'd been right there,
Leadoff single for
it
Cosner
would have
brings up
drilled him.
Wickover.
It's a leadoff single
Wickover
that
up
went
next,
right
Smiley
back up the
in
middle
the
for a
hole.
leadoff single for the Holcomb Longhorns. Here in the top of the 7th inning, and that'll bring in Max Brookover, who's 2 for 3. The freshman pop out a single and a single as well. Grounded one, or put one into center field his last time up. He grounded one down the third base line earlier in the game. 1 on, nobody out here for Holcomb. That pitch missing high and away, and maybe starting to see a little arm fatigue here for Eisenhower at 92 pitches through 6+. I know he's down to his final 13 pitches at least of the day. Even if you get to 105, you can finish that at bats. But Scott City hasn't had a pitcher yet go to Hunter that throw back to first to keep Cosner toward the bag. Holcomb with that insurance run at first with nobody out here in the top of the 7th. 3-2 Longhorn lead. So the Brookover, the batter. Eisenhower sets and brings it home. Runner goes and swing and miss. Throw to second's going to be wide. And nice glove that time by Jackson Harris to keep that one from going into the outfield. And the count is at 1-1 as Cosner with a stolen base. And now Holcomb with a runner in scoring position and nobody out here. And does Coach Finnegan think about maybe doing a little small ball and bunting this one and get the runner over to third? Nope. He allows Brookover to swing at miss and one out of the zone up high. 1-2 now the count for Max Brookover. Ball and 2 strikes. 1 on, nobody out. Runner at second, that is, for Holcomb with the 3-2 lead here in the top of the 7th. Eisenhower glances at the runner's second, brings home the pitch. Pop that one back and out of play, and all that does is ring Eisenhower's pitch count up now to 95, and he has 10 pitches to try to get the side out here. Otherwise, he's going to be out of the game because of the pitch count. So he won't be pitching until Colby next Tuesday at Colby, likely. 1-2, ground ball, knocked down third base, Feely, throw to first. Did he get it in time? Yes. So big out there, 5-3 retirement, and out number 1. That was bouncer right to Feely, who knocked it down. And Cosner remains at second, did not advance. That was a good play by Feely as well. 1 out in the inning for Ryan Wickwar, who's 1 for 3. Wickwar is single, right back up the middle. Ground out and a fly out for him. Refreshing single to left field his first time up. Fly out to center and a ground out. Shows bunt. Infield comes in momentarily. Puts a nice bunt down. Charged by Feely. Barehands it over to first. Got him. It advances Cosner to third with 2 outs here. And the 5-3 out on the bunt out. And allows Cosner to advance to third with 2 away.
Smiley the batter, Johnson
for Max and Smiley, the starting pitcher, who is 1 for 3. A double his first time up, a ground out and a fly out. So now 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Eisenhower now at 97 pitches. 3-2, Holcomb leads it here. Longhorns with the insurance run at third. And Smiley drills this one in the air to left center field, and that is going to be caught by Aaron Radke on a sliding catch. And that takes a run off the board for Holcomb. And a nice play that time. Scott City will bring the tying run to the plates with the 9-1-2 hitters down 3-2. Back in a minute. This is Beaver Baseball. Nice play. The way that inning was going, I didn't know if Eisenhower was going to stay in the game.
No.
But he only burned 11 pitches. 98. All right.
What do you got for pitch count? Pretty good.
98 to 75. It's out there on the bottom.
Hard to see that.
Yeah,
It
98
is.
and 75.
So he just finished with 98 unless we tie it up, and Holcomb's got 75.
Okay.
That's a first.
What?
No umpire has ever asked
No kidding.
pitch count. Cool.
I don't think it's been a while since we've had that asked, yeah. All right, baseball brought to you here today by J&R Car and Truck, J&R Truck and GF Beaver Advertising, Jackson Legal Group, 11 Line and Tree, Lone Tree Farms and Livestock, Metzger Family Farms, Midwest Mixer, Miller Veterinary Clinic, Northern Supply, New Life Market, Pioneer Communications, Perfect Auto Detailing, Plain James, and Platinum H Insurance. Scott City needs 1 to tie, 2 to win here in the bottom of the 7th. Been a good game, 3-2. Holcomb hanging on right now. Maxon Smiley has plenty of pitches left in his arsenal. He has 75 pitches through 6 innings. He'll face Yuli Armendariz, who's 1 for 2. And then back to the top of the order, Avery Radke and Aaron
Getting off the
Radke.
bottom of 7
Scott
for
City
the
will have
Beavers.
the
Number 13,
tying
the right
run at
fielder,
the
Yuli
plate here
Armendariz.
in the bottom of the 7th. The Beavers were able to get a leadoff walk in the 6th and then able to advance the runner to scoring position. Armendariz 1 for 2, ran out an infield single his last time up. Struck out his first time up. Smiley delivers the first pitch and pulled foul by Armendariz. Had a little pop in that bat. Counted 0-1. Sophomore got a little ahead of that one and pulled it foul. Smiley working from the windup here. And brings home the 0-1. Outside 1-1. Eisenhower finished right now with 98 pitches, 66 strikes, 2/3 of his pitches strikes. Gave up 3 runs on 8 hits, had 5 Ks, 1 walk, and a hit batter. That pitch misses high for Yulee, 2-1. So the sophomore Armendariz in the 9-hole spot ahead in the count, 2 balls and a strike. Bottom of the seventh, just underway. 3-2 for Holcomb. Scott City trying to remain unbeaten in league play, as is Holcomb. They're both 4-2 on the year and 2-0. That pitch in there for a called strike, and the count is at 2-2. Good comeback pitch by Smiley. And now we get a big 2-2 pitch coming up here. Tying run at the plate for the Beavers here in the bottom of the 7th, down 3-2. Smiley gets a sign from his catcher, senior Corbin Johnson. Sets and brings home the pitch. Popped in the air to right field, and that's going to drop into shallow right field just over the glove of Wigmore, and Scott City has a tying run aboard with nobody out.
For Armendariz.
Little soft liner into right field.
Avery Radke.
And that'll bring in Avery Radke, who's 1 for 3. Radke singled his last time up, found a hole between the first and second baseman. That second baseman for Holcomb playing pretty close to the second base bag. That is the same location last time Radke poked one into right field. So the tying run at first, the winning run at the plate, nobody out for Scott City in the bottom of the 7th, down a run, throw back to first to keep the tying run toward the bag. See if the senior Radke can deliver a walk-off for Scott City. They won 2 of them like that in walk-off fashion last Tuesday against Ulysses. They lost 2 in walk-off fashion at Spearville 2 days later. The pitch, and he grounds this one down the third base side, and it's misplayed, and Scott City has a tying run at second with nobody out.
First and second, nobody out for the Beavers. That brings up number 1, the center fielder.
Say it's ruled a hit,
Radke.
and so the winning run is at first with nobody out for the freshman Aaron Radke, and a grounder down the third base line by Avery. So Armendariz a tying run at second. The winning run, Radke is at first with nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. The infield first and third baseman worked their way in, thinking maybe possibility Aaron Radke puts down a bunt. Boy, if he finds a hole in the outfield, Scott City would likely win this game. Smiley, most pressure on him since the 3rd inning. That pitch misses outside, thinking going to bunt right there. It's 1-0. Scott City's tied it at the bottom of the 3rd. Then Holcomb, at the top of the 4th, would add 2 runs. Scott City got to within 1 in the bottom of the 5th. Or at 3-2 here. The pitch missed outside, 2-0. All of a sudden, the pressure's shifted toward the pitcher, Maxon Smiley, who's really been pretty efficient on the mound in 6+ innings. 2 hits in this inning. Both teams now with 9 hits in the game. Left-handed batter Aaron Radke, the freshman, 2 for 3. The 2-0 misses. It gets away from the catcher. Runners do not advance, but not far enough for them to advance. And now it's a 3-0 count. Does Coach David Dirks give the freshman Radke the green light on a 3-0 count here? Likely not here when you're trying to rally, but you never know. Once you think that maybe they're going to go one way, call another sign there and throw everybody off. Here's a 3-0, and that's a grounder, and it's just going to be bobbled, and rounding third is going to be Armendariz. He'll be a pull up and an error. Loads the bases with nobody out for Scott City in the bottom of the 7th. The tying run at 3rd, and a 3-2 Scott City deficit.
Out for the Beavers brings up number 12, the first baseman.
Holcomb's first error of the game, and Coach Finnegan is going to come out of the dugout, talk to his infield here with the bases loaded and nobody out, and Contreras, who hammered one his last time up, into left center field. And talking to his infield here with the bases loaded and nobody out. You also wonder here if he's going to bring the infield in with anything going home that's hit on the ground. Even an infield or a blooper could score 2 runs with Avery Speed at second. All right, this is a pretty long meeting here. 2 umpires are talking. The infield and Coach Finnegan for Holcomb are talking. 3-2 Scott City down 1 run. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. 2 hits and an error in this inning. Has loaded the bases. All right, now the infield meeting is over. The umpires didn't go and break it up. They had their own meeting. All right, here we go. Can the senior Contreras deliver the game-winning hit? The first and third baseman, Novak and Wickwar, playing along the infield grass. The second baseman and shortstop playing in a little bit as well. The infield, as that pitch sails high over Contreras, 1-0 as he ducks out of the way. The left fielder Corral playing in regular depth. Shaded a little bit over to his right is the center fielder Cosner, and playing in a little bit is Oviedo at right field. Bases loaded, nobody out for Scott City, bottom of the 7th. The pitch, check swing, no, 2-0. Just high. Smiley now 87 pitches through 6+, 2 hits in this inning and an error. If loaded the bases for Scott City, nobody out. Down 3-2 of the Beavers, as Smiley will just work from the windup and bring home the 2-0. Contreras fouls that back, 2-1. The Beavers left the bases loaded in the bottom of the 3rd. Kramer had a good hit into center field, but Cosner made a diving catch that preserved a tie game at the time in that bottom of the 3rd inning to close out the frame. 2-1 count here for Contreras. Smiley delivers. Up high, 3-1. And now it's strike zone or bust here for Smiley, the pitcher. And a 3-2 game here with the bases loaded, nobody out in the bottom of the 7th. Smiley shakes off the first sign here from Johnson, now likes the second one. 3-1 delivery, in there for a called strike on the outside corner, and now the count is full at 3-2. 3-2 Holcomb, bases loaded for Scott City, nobody out in the bottom of the 7th. Because this will be the 5th straight game for Scott City that they're involved in a walk-off. They're 2-2 in those, in their previous 4 games. Payoff pitch for Smiley. Popped high in the air. This is into center field. Underneath it's Cosner. He'll make the grab, tagging his Armendariz, and he will score as the throw goes to 3rd, and we're all tied at 3. An RBI sacrifice fly for Emilio Contreras scores. Yuli Armendariz from 3rd, and we are all level at 3 here in the bottom of the 7th with 1 out.
Third baseman Tegan Feely
On the sac fly. So Radke and Radke are at 1st and 2nd. The winning run for Scott City is at 2nd. That's Avery Radke for Tegan Feely, who's 1 for 3. We're tied at 3 here in the bottom of the 7th. Both teams 3 runs, 9 hits. Scott City with 2 errors, Holcomb with just 1. That came earlier in this inning. Smiley now at 91 pitches. He's thrown 16 and finally got his out, and that curveball misses in, 1-0. A base hit could win this one for Scott City as the infield for Holcomb plays at double play depth. 3-3 is your score. Smiley looks over at the runner at second. That's Avery Radke, the winning run. Delivers a pitch to Feely, and that hits him, and that loads the bases. So second hit batter of the game by Smiley loads the bases for Spencer Kramer, and the senior. Well, this might be it for Smiley here. We'll see. And Spencer Kramer due up 0 for 2. A strikeout, a fly, and a walk. And it will be it for Max and Smiley. We'll tell you who the new pitcher is when we come back. Scott City and Holcomb tied at 3 here in the bottom of the 7th here in Game 1. We'll take a quick break. This is Beaver Baseball. Wow. That's a surprising move. I got it muted.
different.
First is going to pitch.
Okay, thank you.
Pitch is going to first.
Thank you.
So the Wickmore and Smiley are switching. Is that
That's
right?
the first time that's ever happened too. Yes. Wickmore, number 5. Huh?
Number 12, Brookover.
Well,
It's
that's
Brookover pitching out.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Who was at first?
No, he went to the shortstop.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
Now pitching for the Longhorns, number 12, Brookover.
Let's
We-
pause real quickly for station
got
ID. This is Beaver Baseball.
That's not what they said out there. I mean, I think they got us
It's okay.
Oh, they moved Wickmore to short.
and second.
Yep, we're good. We're good.
There we go.
So, Brookover.
The new pitcher for Holcomb is going to be Max Brookover, the freshman, coming in a pressure situation as a little shifting around in the infield for Holcomb. They'll move Ryan Wickmore there from first to shorts. They'll move Max and Smiley from the mound to first base. The infield is going to be drawn in for Holcomb. They're already playing or set up there while Brookover does his warm-up tosses. And the infield for Holcomb just hanging out on the outside of that infield grass. Scott City has tied it up on the RBI sacrifice fly by Emilio Contreras that scored Yuli Armendariz from third to tie the game at 3 here in the bottom of the 7th. Avery Radke, the winning run for Scott City at third. Aaron Radke is at first and second, and Tegan Feely's at first. Really, the most important runner, undoubtedly, is Avery Radke at third. Radke and Feely at second and
Shortstop,
first
number 28, Spencer Kramer.
are just bonus runners right now. Spencer Kramer, the senior who walked his last time up, will see Max Brookover for the first time. But the base runners are going to be charged to Smiley here. 1 out, bases loaded, tied at 3. The pitch chases that one out of the zone and misses. And the count is at 0-1. Bases loaded, 1 out. And the freshman Brookover getting a little baptism by fire with the bases loaded and 1 out in a tie game here in the 7th. That pitch misses high, 1-1. Scott City played an 8-inning game last Thursday at Spearville in Game 2. So it could be their second straight extra inning game, or could be their 5th straight walk-off game they've been involved in. 1-1 count, and Kramer swung underneath that one and missed 1-2. This game a little over 2 minutes or 2 hours long. 2 minutes, hours, you know what I'm trying to say, folks. 1-2 counts. Brookover sets and delivers the pitch, fouled off by Kramer, and now the count is at still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Easton Eisenhower, the on-deck batter, will go get the ball along the backstop. It's been a pretty well-played ball game here in Game 1. Scott City has not led in this one. They've been tied at 1-1 after 3, and now tied 3-3 here in the 7th. The 1-2 pitch misses away, 2-2. So good job by Kramer working the count even after he was down early, 0-2. Or 1-2, excuse me. Now it's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Spencer Kramer, ooh, inside. That was close to hitting him. Oh, full count at 3-2. That was close to hitting him. He got out of the way of that one. And now with the 3-2 count, bases loaded, the runners can't really take off right away because there could be a pop fly. But the infield stale in for Holcomb on the infield grass. Payoff pitch. Lined into left field, base hit, and that'll be a walk-off for the Beavers. Kramer delivers a walk-off, and the Beavers take game one, 4-3. They not led the entire way, and they come back and win this one, 4-3, as they go to 5-2 on the year, 3-0 in the league. Holcomb drops to 4-3 on the year and 2-1 in the league. We still have game 2 coming up, but first we will take a timeout and recap this game opener, the doubleheader here, I should say. The Beavers win it 4-3. Back into this quick break. This is Beaver Baseball. He was due for a hit.
Good. I don't know why he just didn't take that.
I know it. He wanted the ribby, or a hit ribby, not a hit by pitch ribby. How about that?
As his sister's yelling, texting me because she's listening to you.
Yeah.
Wear it!
That's what I said. I said, take
that too.
that, Spencer. It's over.
I know. And then, that's okay. You got a hit. We'll take it. Okay. Id.